We live in an age where anyone can publish anything. Billions of messages, articles, videos, sensational headlines launched every second from every corner of the world. We are drowning in information, and that is precisely why it has never been easier in history to lie on a global scale. This is not an accident, it is a system. Before I give you the tools to defend yourself, you need to understand what you are fighting, because you cannot win a battle you cannot see. The major media channels, television networks, high-circulation newspapers, dominant digital platforms are not independent institutions. They are owned by corporations, investment funds, and interest groups with well-defined agendas. The concentration of media ownership in the hands of a few dozen global entities is not a conspiracy theory. It is a documented, public, verifiable fact. And these entities do not always censor through silence. Sometimes they censor through noise. They flood the public space with so many contradictory pieces of information, so many minor scandals, so many false debates that your mind grows tired, and a tired mind no longer analyzes, it accepts.
This is the central mechanism of modern disinformation, not to hide the truth from you, but to steal your capacity to search for it. There is a second level, more subtle: algorithms. The platforms you use every day do not show you reality. They show you a personalized version of reality, engineered to keep you engaged, to trigger emotional reactions, to confirm beliefs you already hold. You live inside a bubble, and your bubble is different from your neighbor's bubble. Two people consuming the same platforms can end up believing they live in entirely different worlds, and both are right because the algorithm showed them different worlds. This fragmentation of collective reality is not a side effect of technology. It is its primary product. And now comes the third mechanism: emotion. Disinformation does not speak to your mind. It speaks to your instincts. Fear, outrage, group pride, hatred of a common enemy. These are the vehicles through which lies travel fastest. When you are angry or frightened, the prefrontal cortex, the seat of critical thinking, is literally less active. Biologically, you are more vulnerable. The system knows this, and it exploits it.
But, and this is what they do not want you to know, the system is not invincible. It has weaknesses, and you have weapons. The first weapon is the pause. Before you share, before you react, before you believe, stop. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. This micro pause deactivates the automatic emotional response and allows your analytical mind to take control. It sounds simple because it is simple, but it is also extremely effective. Studies in cognitive psychology show that the mere intention to verify information before sharing it reduces the rate of sharing false content by nearly 40%. The second weapon is the primary source. Any serious piece of information has a point of origin, not an article citing another article citing a tweet. You go looking for the original document, the study, the official statement, the recording. Disinformation lives in citation chains, in every link of added distortion. When you reach the source, you often discover that reality was far more nuanced than the headline that shocked you. The third weapon is source diversity, but with one condition: not diversity for its own sake. You do not consume all perspectives equally because some perspectives are objectively false. Instead, you consume sources that operate with clear epistemological values: transparency in methodology, public correction of errors, explicit separation between fact and opinion. These characteristics do not guarantee truth, but they signal good faith.
The fourth weapon is self-knowledge. Every one of us carries cognitive biases. The tendency to seek out information that confirms our already existing beliefs, confirmation bias, is universal. You're not above it. Neither am I. No one is. But awareness of this mechanism allows you to monitor it, to ask yourself, am I glad I found this information because it is true, or because it confirms what I already believed? The fifth weapon is lateral historical thinking. Place every piece of information in context. What was happening before? What comes after? Who benefits from this narrative? Whose interest is served by your fear, your outrage, your certainty? Disinformation works best in a vacuum, without context, without chronology, without an identified interest. With these three elements, false narratives begin to fall apart. And the sixth weapon, perhaps the most important and the most neglected, is tolerance for uncertainty. The human mind hates not knowing. It prefers a false answer to an honest non-answer. This need for certainty is systematically exploited by politicians, religious leaders, internet gurus, and conspiracists of good and bad faith alike.
Saying, "I don't know, I'm not sure, I need more information," is not a weakness. It is the most honest response a lucid mind can give in the face of a complex world.
Truth does not shout. It does not come with all caps headlines. It does not promise absolute certainties and convenient enemies. Truth demands work. It demands patience. It demands the courage to live with nuance. And in a world where the system has invested enormously in making you intellectually passive, training yourself to think is the most radical act of resistance. Where official history ends, the truth begins. But the truth is not found by blindly accepting any alternative. It is found by thinking better.